So hello everyone again. As we have already dealt with the concepts of truss analysis, the method of sections and method of joints, so we have fully understood the concepts. Now we are going to apply the concept in some examples. Okay, so this example is taken from a book. So the question reads: a truss of a span 7.5 meters carries a point load of 1 kilonewton at joint D. So here is a truss, it carries a point load of 1 kilonewton at joint D. Okay, shown in figure below. Find the reactions and forces in the members of the truss. So we have to find the reactions at joints, means at point A and point B. Reactions RA and RB, and forces in the members of the truss. So here it has not been mentioned that which members of the truss, so we have to find forces in each and every members of the truss given in the figure. So which method should we use here? Either method of, we have two methods, method of joints and method of sections. Okay, so this question says that we have to find forces in every member of the truss. So which method would be more suitable? I guess it should be method of joints. Okay, we won't use method of section. So let's start solving the question. So first of all we have to find the reactions. So how to find the reactions? We know how to find the reactions in beam, like simply supported beam or any kind of cantilever beam. We take moment from either points and then take sum of all the moments of all the forces about that point. So here let's take moment about A point equal to 0. So the first force that is coinciding at A is RA, but it coincides at A, so it's the moment of this RA will be 0, so there is no need to take the moment of this force RA. So the next force is 1 kilonewton, so we will take force moment of this 1 kilonewton force about point A. So we know that moment is force into perpendicular distance. So what is the force here? Force is 1. And what is the distance of this force from the point A? It is 5 meters. Okay, it is given in the question, 5 meters. Okay, so 1 into 5. And what is the nature of this moment? This force is imposing a clockwise moment on this force. So let us assume that clockwise moment is positive and anti-clockwise moment is negative. Okay, so it is a clockwise moment, so it is a positive one. 1 into 5. The next force is RB, direction at B. It imposes a moment of, force is RB and distance is 7.5 meter. And what is the nature of this moment? It is actually a anti-clockwise moment, so here we will deal with minus sign. Okay, is it clear to everyone? Okay, is it fine? Is equal to 0. So let's solve for RB. We have RB equal to 5 by 7.5. okay, so it is 50 by 75, or it is 2 by 3, 0.667 kilonewton. This is the value of RB, reaction at B. Okay, so we have already found reaction at B. Now we will find reaction at A. Okay, so we know that that total upward force equal to total downward force. So how many force are acting in upward direction? This is RA and RB are acting in upward direction. So the sum of forces in upward direction is RA plus RB. And how many forces are acting in downward direction? It is only 1 kilonewton force which is acting in a downward direction. So RA plus RB equal to 1. We have already found the value of RB. This is RA plus 0.667 equal to 1. Okay, then the value of RA obtained is 1 minus 0.667, that is 0.333. Okay, 0.333. So we have obtained RA and RB. What is RA? The value of resistance action is 0.333 kilonewton, and this RB is 0.667 kilonewton. Is it fine? Okay. So now this is the similar solved question which I have arranged a PDF of that solution from the standard textbook. So we can already see that here RB is 0.667 kilonewton as we have already obtained in the solution, and RA is 0.333 kilonewton. So there is no problem with that. Okay, now if we move further, so we have to apply method of joints. Okay, so let us consider joint A first. Okay, so the free body diagram of joint A will be like this. This is the joint A, this is the reaction at A, which is equal to 0.333. This is joint A, and we don't, this angle is 30 degree, and we don't know the forces in members, this AD and AC. Okay, so let us assume that forces acting in this direction in AC and in this direction is AD. Let us assume that this is F1 and this is F2. We can also assume the direction of F1 and F2 opposite as assumed in this question, because if the direction comes negative, then it means that we have assumed the forces in wrong direction. It is opposite to the direction in which we have assumed previously the forces. Okay, so there is no worry to choose the directions. Okay, now we will apply for joint A the conditions for equilibrium. Okay, so what are the conditions of equilibrium? Conditions of equilibrium are summation fx equal to 0, summation fy equal to 0, and moment equal to 0, summation of moments equal to 0. But we will not apply this here. Why? Because truss members does not carry any moment. Okay, so we are left with only two equilibrium equation, that is summation fx equal to 0 and summation fy equal to 0. We will obtain the forces in the members by using only these two equilibrium equations. Okay, so let us see. So for joint A, summation fx equal to 0, here is our free body diagram. This is F1, this is F2, this is 30 degree, 0.333. Okay, this is joint A. So what are the forces acting in x direction? It is F2 acting in positive x direction. So here we will write simple F2 plus the component of F1 acting in x direction. This forces has two components, one in y direction and another in x direction. So we will take the x component of this F1 force. What is the x component? X component is F1 cos 30 degree. No any other force is acting. Okay, so we have equation F2 plus F1 cos 30 degree equal to 0. But what is the problem here? Problem here is that we neither know F2 nor we know the value of F1. So, and we are left with only one equation. So this equation cannot be solved. So we will go with, so we will mark this equation as equation number 1, and we will go with second condition, that is Fy equal to 0. So what are the forces acting in y direction? The forces acting in y direction are the reaction at point A, which is 0.33 kilonewton, and the component of F1 which is acting in y direction. Okay, so what are those forces? RA, both are acting upwards, so let's take upward positive. RA plus F1 sine 30 degree equal to 0. Okay, so the conditions of equilibrium is Fy equal to 0, Ra plus F1 sine 30 equal to 0. We know the value of Ra. What is Ra? Ra is 0.333 plus F1 sine 30. Sine 30 is 1 by 2. F1 by 2 equal to 0. So what is the value of F1 obtained? F1 equal to minus 0.333 into 2, that is minus 0.666 kilo Newton. This is the value of F1 obtained. Now, what is the significance of this negative sign? This negative sign indicates that we have assumed our forces acting along this direction, so it is not actually in this direction, rather it is opposite to this direction, in this direction. Okay, and it is negative, so it is a compressive force. Okay, so we have obtained the value of F1, that is F1 equal to 0.666 kilonewton, and we will mention in a bracket that it is compressive in nature. Okay, this is the value of F1. Now we remember the equation 1. What was the equation 1? Well, which was solved by summation fx equal to 0. Equation was F2 plus F1 cos 30 degree equal to 0. This was the equation. Now we know the value of F1. Okay, so we can obtain the value of F2 as minus of F1 cos 30 degree minus, what is the value of F1? F1 is minus 0.666, so minus minus gets plus. Okay, and it's 0.666 cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Now solving this we will get F2 equal to 0.576 kilonewton. Okay, so now we have obtained the value of F1 equal to 0.666 kilonewton and the value of F2 as 0.576 kilonewton. This is compressive in nature. Okay, and this F2 is obtained with a positive sign, so it is tensile in nature. Okay, we have obtained F1, we have obtained F2. Now we have completed the analysis for joint A. Okay, now we will proceed further and we'll go to the analysis of joint B. So we will take the free body diagram of joint B. Okay, so let's see in the PDF that we have obtained the value of F1 as 0.666 compressive and value of F2 as 0.576 tensile. So our answer is correct. Okay, verified. Now let's move towards joint B. So what is the free body diagram of joint B? It is this one given in the book. Free body diagram of joint B. The RB is acting upwards at joint B. Let us assume F4 and F5 acting towards this direction. This is F4 and this one is F5. The angle is again 30 degree and this is acting. So we have free body diagram of F1. Now again we can apply equations of equilibrium. Summation Fx equal to 0 and summation Fy equal to 0 for joint B. Okay, so for joint B let us apply equation of equilibrium. So now again if we are solving, what do we get? We will get the F5 is acting along this direction, so if we take summation Fx equal to 0, it would be minus of F5. Why minus? Minus because it is acting opposite. If we take the axis, then this is a positive x, this is a negative x, this is a positive y and this one is a negative y. So this force is acting towards the negative direction of x, hence we will take the value as minus F5. Okay, then minus F5, and it is F4 has two components, one is in this direction and another in this direction. So this is 30 degree. The x component of f4 will be plus f4 cos 30 degree. Okay, equal to 0. Now again there is the same problem, we don't know f4, we don't know f5. Okay, so we will leave this as a equation number 2 and we will proceed further with second condition, that is fy equal to 0. Okay, so what is the condition of fy equal to 0? At joint b summation of fy equal to 0 means rb is acting upwards, so let's consider upward positive again here. 0.666 plus this f4 has two components, one in this and another in this direction. So in this direction this component is acting along y and it is acting along negative y, so we will take it as minus of f4 sine 30 degree equal to 0. Okay, now there is only one unknown f4, so we can obtain the value easily. F4 equal to 0.666 by sine 30. Sine 30 is 1 by 2, so it is 0.666 into 2. Value of f4 will be obtained as 1.3 kilonewton. Sign is positive, so it is a tensile force. Okay, is it clear? So we have obtained the value of f4 here. f4 is equals to 1.3 kilonewton tension. Okay, now from the earlier equation we have obtained we have obtained minus of f5 plus f4 cos 30 degree equal to 0. Now we know the value of f4, so we can obtain f5 as f4 cos 30 degree. f4 is 1.3, cos 30 is root 3 by 2 again, so the value obtained is 1.15 kilonewton. So now the value of f5 obtained is 1.15 kilonewton. Again it is a positive sign, so it is tensile in nature. So till now we have obtained f1, we have obtained f2, we have obtained f3, we have obtained f4. By considering this f1 and f2 is obtained by equilibrium of joint A, this this f4 and f5, it is f5. f4 and f5 is obtained by considering equilibrium of joint B. Okay, so now joint C is remaining here. Now we will consider equilibrium of joint D. Okay, so in a similar manner we will consider joint D and draw the free body diagram. As we have already obtained f2 here, f5 here, so only this force is remaining, so we will solve for joint D. Again same condition, summation fx equal to 0 and summation fy equal to 0. We will go on solving, then we will obtain f3 in member CD. Okay, so now we have obtained f1, obtained f2, obtained f4, obtained f5, and by considering equilibrium of joint D, f3 will be obtained. So we obtained forces in each and every member of the truss. This is how the method of joint works. Okay, we will go on analyzing each and every joint. Each and every joint is analyzed and the forces are obtained and the forces are obtained in a similar fashion. Okay, so this was a small example for method of joints. Okay, now thank you for the cooperation.